Time is your most valuable asset as a creator. So today let's see how we can create templates of carousels that can be posted on Instagram and on LinkedIn. In partnership with Adobe Express, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create carousels for yourself. We're going to go through the process together. So open up Adobe Express on your end and just follow along with me. As a reminder, there are timestamps in the video description, so feel free to jump ahead to a section if that's what you're looking for. So first, I want to show you a few examples of carousels on Instagram so that you get an idea of what I'm referring to. So this is a post by Chris Doe where he's sharing how to master asking good questions. So I'll just swipe through the post so that you can see what it looks like. So this is an educational post with 6, 7, 8, 9 different suggestions and a reading list. And towards the end, it's a workshop that he's promoting. So you can see how the swipeable format makes it easy to consume things or that have steps in them so that it's easy for the viewer to consume it by swiping the images as opposed to reading a very long article. Another example is this post where they're promoting a particular workshop. You can see that the design is super minimalistic, where it's visually appealing, has very few words on each slide. This is another good example of how carousels can be used to communicate things in a very concise format. Lastly, this is one of my own carousels that I posted back when I first started out, where there's a title slide. Then as you scroll through, it's a narrative format as opposed to a step-by-step format. So I'm just going to scroll through it so that you can see what it's like. And I'll also make sure to link these posts in the description so that you can click to it and view it yourself as well. Now, even after so many years, this is still a format that I use quite frequently. Now, this is a format that I still use frequently. I save all of the carousels that I make into a single folder. I also take it a step further where I have one single file which is just completely filled with various templates that I have used in the past. So these are just different pages and different compositions of posts from the past that I've put together so that I can quickly copy a page and change the information within that particular page, which streamlines my workflow so much where if something had to take an hour to make, because I have templates and because I have these slides made from past posts, it takes me 20 to 30 minutes lesser if I already have the information planned. So I hope this gives you an idea of what carousels are and how I use it in my workflow. So I'm going to tell you what the different parts of a carousel are, how to make different compositions that you can use, and then you can go and check out the template that I'll be sharing along with this video in the description below so that you have a great starting point and you don't have to start from zero. So now let's make the carousel together. So once you open Adobe Express, you're going to select the plus symbol on top. And behind, we need to select the size of the carousel. You have a few different options here to choose from. You can either have a 1080 by 1080 image, or you can have a 1080 by 1350, or you can increase the height a little more and you can have it as 1440. So let's go with the 1350 option so that it's somewhere in between. So I'm going to click on custom size. I'm going to have the width as 1080. I'm going to have the height as 1350, then create new file. So I want to give you an idea of what it is that we are going to be making today. So when you go to make your carousel, first you need to plan, then you need to design, and then you can publish. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to set the background. So let's set the background as black. Then we're going to add text. So we're going to hit on text here. We're going to click on title. So when you select that, that's the heading. So we say just for the purposes of this, let's say your title goes here. And we're just going to place this in between for now. Next, we're going to add more text. Let's add body. And here I want you to write your name, add a space, and then your website. And then you're going to put this to the bottom of the slide. Now, if you want to copy this, you can either select this, then you can do Control C, Control V, or you can hold this, select Alt or Option, and then you can drag it and it will create a copy. So shortcuts like these are super helpful to make your workflow faster. So I'm going to make a copy of that text, and I'm going to put my Instagram handle or your Instagram handle, and we're going to move this to the top. Next, you can add your logo. So I already have a mock-up logo created. So I'm going to paste that logo here. Now, below and above the title, you can still add text if you want. So we're just going to add a quick topic of discussion, and we're going to place it right above the title. Next, we need to add an image here. So we go to add content, media, and I want to add statue with flowers. I'm gonna search for statue with flowers. I feel like I saw something that looked really cool that I want to add here. So I really like this. So let's pick this image. Now, the reason why I want a cool image is whatever image you put on the cover slide is something that you will replace often as part of this template. And you always want something that grabs attention. So find an interesting image that ties well with the topic. But for the purpose of this video and this tutorial, we're going to be making this template. So don't worry too much about the specific text. Right now, we're trying to focus on creating a template that you can then replace text and replace images with based on the specific topic and based on what you want to communicate. So next, I'm going to remove the background of this image. So I'm going to select the image, and on the top, you have the option remove background. So once you select remove background, it removes the background for the image. So I'm going to make this bigger so that it's there in the front. Same thing for the text. I want to make the text a little bigger, and so I am placing it like this. You can also reduce the gap between the text by selecting the three dots here, and you can change line spacing. So I'm going to make it a little tight so that it looks good. Awesome. I feel like this is a really good starting point. So next I want to add an arrow, which sort of indicates that this is a swipeable post. So I'm going to go to add content. I'm going to click on elements. Here I'm going to type arrow, enter. Awesome. There's a shape. So when you hit on the shape, it shows up on the page. I'm going to select that. I'm going to click on the color, and I'm going to change it to white. So you can put I'm going to put the arrow here. So with that, you have your first slide made. Now, next we're going to add another page. So I'm going to click on add page. I'm going to click on the same size. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go to the first slide. You're going to select this logo, this text, and the top text. And you're going to Control C or Command C. And in the new page, you're going to paste it. Next, you're going to change the background color again to black because that's going to be the theme that we're going to follow for this particular carousel. So here we're going to create a new composition where we have a category, where we have a heading, a body, and an image again. So I'm going to click on text, click on body. So I'm going to click on step 1. So if this was a post that had step 1, step 2, step 3, we can use this slide. So again, I'm going to add text, click on heading. Here you can add your cool punchy heading. Again, I'm going to reduce the line spacing here. I'm going to fill in a text and an image here to complete this slide. So I've added a text and an image here, and the slide is done. Now you can duplicate this slide by clicking on the three dots and selecting duplicate. So you have this another image ready. Now here, we're going to change the composition slightly so that we have a few different versions, right? So I'm going to name this as step 2. I'm going to increase the size of the heading here. We're going to move the body of the text to the bottom, and we're going to increase the size. And here we're going to move the image above. So when you compare the previous slide to this one, it's just a different layout of showing information. So when someone goes from the first slide to the next, they see that the information is different, and so it keeps the viewer engaged. So I'm going to change the image here as well. And I'm going to go to add media. I want to add a television. Awesome, I like this image. So when you click on that, the image gets added. So I'm just going to fit it in here. Awesome. So if this was like, if this was a post talking about retro tech, for example, the first slide would have something about retro tech. The second one would say, this is what a floppy disk looks like, or it talks to that, speaks to that. The next one talks about the TV, for example, right? So I'm just trying to show you how you can have one cohesive story within your post by having different formats or different layouts of text and images to make the entire swipeable experience something interesting for the viewer so that they stay captivated by whatever it is that you are trying to communicate. So I went ahead and just repeated the exact same process for 2 more slides. So I just changed the text and I added a different image, and I created a last slide with an image, header, and text. So this is where you could have your comment what your favorite part was, for example. So you can have a call to action or thank you for reading. So you can replace the text in the last slide with a call to action that you want someone to take on the post, or you can replace it with anything else that concludes the message that you're trying to deliver in the post. So now that you've gone through the process of making this is something that you can save as a template, and you can call it as template 1. And once you have that made, you can always come back to this document and you can just select the entire page and you can copy it into another document when you are working there. And with that, when you keep adding different images and different templates to one particular document, you will end up with the document that I showed you, where you have all of your different templates all put together in one single file. So this is the template that I'm sharing in the description of this post. So you can go and check it out and you can instantly use it for yourself. And this is how you can do it. When you open Adobe Express, on the left-hand side, you'll see brands. So once you click on brands, you can set up your brand kit here. And if you don't know how to set up your brand kit, you can go and watch the video that I've linked above. So once you have your brand kit set up, applying your brand is as simple as 2 clicks. You select the brand that you want to apply, and there is an apply brand button. When you click on the apply brand button, it changes the fonts and the colors in the design to give you a new starting point to then edit and make your own. So for example, here the text color has changed. So I'm going to click on that text and make it white. And with that, you have a totally different post that now looks like the brand that you just applied. So this is another easy way to streamline your workflow and to help save a lot of time. So if you have any questions when it comes to creating templates, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other questions, feel free to drop them and I'll make sure to answer every single question that you have. I hope that this tutorial was worth your time, and I hope that you were able to follow along as I was going through the process of making the carousel. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next one.